Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Pwn TV. It is I, Pwnsalot. I wanted to make a video talking about the December 2019 version update, and really quickly going over some of the things that I thought were pretty cool, at least cool enough to make a video about. So I kind of have a plan on how I want this video to go. It's going to be pretty short, and I'm really just going to talk about the updates to Dark Knight and Paladin, how I feel about them, and maybe show you a little bit about Domain Invasion. I don't really think much else changed in this update, but they did add an NPC that handles Domain Invasion items, and they added more Domain Invasion items to the game as well. So I just wanted to look over that list with you guys and kind of show you what's new. Looks like a lot of people are already still here. And of course, they put him next to Osim, so it's even more crowded over here. Great. Okay, so he's not chatting with me. So probably what that means is I need to do something before I can talk to him to get to look at his list. So I'm going to pull that up really quick. I know he shows me a list if I've got a prerequisite done. So let's see about this. How do I talk to him? Okay, so he redeems domain invasion points. So it's probably the case that I can only talk to him after doing a domain invasion. So what I'll do instead is I'll pull up a web browser and show you guys the items that he would show me on his list as well, so we can at least look at them. So let's do that. Okay, here we go. Alright, so here I have what we need, right? So this is the domain invasion notes. And it is a pretty huge list, but the rewards are really all we care about right now. So you can see down here under where it says rewards on bgwiki.com that it just kind of goes through some stuff and then adds a small thing here about an update, and also asks if you're looking for Zarim, which is the NPC they added. And of course, that's what we need, right? So we'll go straight to that guy, the Zarim guy, and we'll see this list of items here. And some of this stuff is actually pretty cool, but maybe not as cool as it could be. It's to be decided. So we have a set of 119 gear called Herver set. Now, I guess it gives trust level +1, so that's pretty cool. I think each piece would have something like that. So that could be pretty cool. Yeah, man. I can totally see myself getting that set, completing that set. And for those particular jobs, I have really strong trusts. And that'll go hand in hand with something else that I want to go over in this update, which was a buff to Paladin in particular. And we'll talk about that. But looks like a whole lot of different sets, most of which still all have the trust level +1 on them. Oh, is that for domain invasion only? I bet that, okay, that's possible that that's only for domain invasion. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, because it happens to be under the domain invasion colon, which tells me that it's just a feature, an additional feature, while you're under domain invasion. So a lot of domain invasion gear here that seem to really make you overpowered while you're in domain invasion, and also make your trusts overpowered while you're in domain invasion. And the buff to Paladin actually is going to give us AoE curing, which will hit everyone else on your team in domain invasion as well. So not only are they higher level, but now they're getting curagas from much more jobs than you're used to. So we have these weapons here as well. It looks like they're really OP inside of domain invasion. Other than that, I think it might be inventory +1 or -1 for this whole entire group of items. Just stuff that makes you really OP in domain invasion. Yeah, domain invasion damage plus, yep, all domain invasion for the most part. So similar to like your Reeves, you have items that really make you OP in Reeves, so you basically go inventory -1 just so you have that item on you in case you go to a Reeve, you can put that on, now you're really OP. So, and they did that for a lot of stuff, like campaign battles. Back in Wings of the Goddess, they gave you items that make you really OP in campaign as well, but other than that, they're really not all that good. But yeah, I mean, this is the best grip in the game when you're in domain invasion. So that's cool, I guess. Sure. Date Shuriken pouch gives you date shurikens, and I'm sure they're OP. Okay. So we all know about Sanctity Necklace. That's still there. You can still get that from Domain Invasion, killing the dragons with the Overseal. We all know about the Gishtabar Sash. Sure, whatever. Why not? Ibani Ring, still one of my favorite earrings in the game. Itana Ring, I don't think it's really all that good, but there you go. And then we have Izdubar Mantle, which I don't know if this is new or old. I think it's old though. I think it's been out. Yeah, and Solemnity Cape. So this is all stuff that was already there in Domain Invasion. They added all this Volaspa stuff to make you like really OP, and all these armor sets to make you really OP. But again, I think all of this is just really good stuff to wear while you're doing Domain Invasion, and nothing really beyond that. I could be wrong. Maybe one day I learn that those gears are really good outside of Domain Invasion. But so far, it doesn't look like that's the case. Now, I do know that they added a lot of accessories here as well to the game. Now, I'll just open one so you can see what the item looks like. It's just this gold earring, and it says Defense 20, Handbell Skill 10. So what we're doing here is there's one for every skill in the game. So ideally, your Geo would have Defense plus 40 with the two of them, and then Handbell Geo plus 10 on the skills. So in the two earring slots. So instead of wearing the bubble defense taken minus earrings that you normally would wear that are really good in those slots, maybe you use these and then you blink into the defense taken minus ones as well after you're done, or you just keep these on for the defense 40. I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you need high defense for the content, but they've got that for every job. So they're all jobs, that needs to be noted. So some of these might be really interesting with your support job. For particular content, maybe it becomes really OP because your support job gets the additional 10 skill. That could be pretty cool. Like you could sub Geo and now you have an additional 10 plus 10 on Geo. I don't know. I mean, we're theory crafting at this point. Same with wind and string skill. I mean, whatever. Or wind and singing or string and singing like you would do. So that's cool. Those are new. I think that that's mostly all the new stuff. However, I do know that Zareem also has all of these items for sale with the main points, and that includes these new items, Odyssean Chestplate. That was always a really hard item to get off of a really strong boss. I don't remember particularly which one, but all the body armors, like the Odyssean Chestplate and the Valorous Mail and the Herculean Vest, these are items that take some skill and some patience to get, and they're not the easiest items to obtain, but now you can just go do Domain Invasion enough times and you can just cash them in. So what that really means for people on, like, say, Azra, if you're trying to merc to make money, you're going to be not able to merc these items anymore. All of the Herculean mercs, Merlinic mercs, it's dead now. It's dead now because people could just farm Domain Invasion and cash in to get the items that they're trying to pay you gil to get. So right now, it's going to boil down to whether or not they want to throw the gil at you and get it done, or maybe it's in your pool and they want to spend 5 minutes versus hours to get it done. Sure, that might work, but this is going to hit some mercs a little bit, so I think that's pretty cheeky if that was their goal all along. But no, I think it's really cool that you can go in and, like, say you don't have to kill Golden Kist anymore. You can just get Golden Kist's drop now, which I forget what it is, but one of the items here is a nightmare to get because you have to kill Golden Kist, and he does stupid shit sometimes. So you have that available. It's there. So that's really cool. I'm glad they did that. Some of these look new. I'm not sure if these are all new or old. So let's just take a look at some of them. So there's a new Ranger Arrow. Yeah, this looks like fresh stuff, actually. 1,000 domain points, so this is like high-end stuff that's really, really hard to get. I think maybe you macro this in for a weapon skill, and that's the only time you use it. Because 1,000 domain points is not easy. It's going to take some patience to get that one arrow, that one bolt, and that one bullet, right? So maybe these make, I'm probably never going to buy these. Let's be honest. I mean, I lead things all day, but my gun gives me my own ammo, and I'm fine with that. Like, I'm not gonna, you can't talk me into spending 1,000 domain points to get one bullet for lead and salute. I'm sorry. I don't care how OP that bullet is. It does look really OP, though. Really OP. Okay, so there's a pet ammo now that you can get, so that's cool. Accuracy. Ooh, Beastmaster gets this. Okay, guys. All right, so listen, listen to my story really quick. Okay, so this Tathlum replaces a an item called fuck. What was it called? Demonry Tathlum. Demonry Core. I think it's Demonry Core. This is all we had on Beastmaster, guys. This is all we had. Demonry Core back in the day, and I used this afternoon, as a matter of fact. And it's only accuracy +4, level 88 for your pet. That's all it gives you, pretty much, right? And so now, in that same slot for that same job, ta-da! There's your level 99 equivalent to Demonry Core. So finally, guys, if you have a Demonry Core, you sell that shit as fast as possible before the price tanks. I'm telling you, that's what you need to do. I need to just get right on that. And then get this, and then call it a day. But I think this is 1,000 also to get, but that would be worth it. That would be super OP for all those jobs that need the pet accuracy. Which is really just Beastmaster in this case. Okay, so we have an earring. All jobs, regen, enmity minus, boosts enmity decrease +8. I mean, words. Words indeed. Alrighty then. So I guess you really don't get hate when you have that on. That's all jobs, so maybe if your Dragoon is pulling hate, he could just put that on and blink into a take set with that on, and then just wait, right? And you could just do that. That could be cool. Yeah, it kind of does look like it's an item designed for people to shed hate, actually. So that's cool. We have Thrud Earring. Thrud Earring. Weapon skill damage 3 for tank jobs. Heavy armor class jobs. Strength and vitality 10 each. Pretty good. I like it. Pretty strong. It's really going to help Paladin and Dark Knight. Even more. Which they really wanted to buff those jobs in this patch. So I think they succeeded for sure. Otter Earring. That's interesting. Dex 10, accuracy 10, crit 5. Okay, whatever. I mean, there's other stuff, but that's pretty cool. Snotra Earring! Red mages are going to need this. I mean, it would be good to have. I don't think they need it. I mean, I don't have it, and I think my red mage is great for all content. But this is pretty good for red mage. Maybe get it in there for just your enfeebles. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's all you need it for. It might be ended up being good for like other stuff. Definitely something red mages need to get. I'll probably be picking that up. So we have Schaffen Earring as well. Waltz Potency 10 for those dancers and people that sub-dancer. It's interesting, the job selection, though. Waltz Potency 10, White Mage, Black Mage, Red Mage, Dragoon, Summoner, Puppet Master, Dancer, Rune Fencer on that. Okay, so I understand Dancer. It's obviously a Dancer item, but White Mage? What? What are you doing? Okay, whatever. I mean, you want to dual wield your clubs? Hey, listen. You live your life, man. I'm telling you. It's fine, totally fine. Black Mage, Sub Dancer with dual ambuscade clubs. The glowy one and the Kaja version right below that. You get those. You sub Dancer, bro. You get that macro earring piece, and you're good. And you can live your life. I'm telling you. You can live your life and troll hard. So we have a Bela Earring. Interesting. Ranged accuracy for Core and Ranger. Fine. I think I'm fine without this, but it's pretty cool, pretty high stats. Enmity 8 is kind of a joke, though. I mean, why would we want to shoot and lose Enmity? I mean, you just gave Paladin the best Enmity increase in the world. We just add a Paladin to our party now, forever and always, and we don't need Enmity minus gear. What are you doing? Like, what are they doing? Okay, fine. Subtle Blow 5 on... Yeah, I didn't need Subtle Blow 5 either, so thanks, I guess. Whatever. They had something... They had something in their coffee when they made that item, I'll tell you that much. Okay, Twisto Earring. Twisto Earring, that's interesting. Vitality 10, all jobs. Defense 20 all for an earring, that's really good. And then you have converts 150 MP to HP. Okay, that's actually really, really cool. It's rare EX, obviously, you can't have two, but it's all jobs. Like, these all jobs items are pretty sexy, I'll be honest. Nahalenia Earring, I think I'm saying that right. This one's basically the other way around. Magic accuracy up, and then converts HP to MP. Okay. I don't think anyone needs that in particular, but maybe if you go into the content and you want the high mana pool at the start for Protectora and Shelra, then there you go. You just start the content with that on. Dreki Ring. Okay. So this says Wyvern level +1. That's interesting. A lot of Dragoons are going to love this item. It's a ring. So you have plenty of rings already as Dragoon, but this one's going to give your Wyvern an extra level. And it also kind of functions like a Chirrich ring, right? So if you were already using that, you just kind of replace that item now. And then you're good to go. Stronger Wyvern as well. Who doesn't want a stronger Wyvern, right? It's rare EX, you can't have two, but that's fine. A little bit of Dragoon love. I can approve. Ask Sash! I love the item name. I love the item name. Ask Sash. You're giving it to a monk. I mean, I would ask a monk a question. That's all I'm going to say on that, right? Not going to go on a tangent. It is a purple belt. That's interesting. It's not black. They got tired of making black belts. They just made Moonbow. That was also black. They got the purple belt. The purple belt is back. All right? So what they're trying to say, as far as I can tell, is this is a new, lesser black belt, right? And it's not bad because it's a purple belt. So that's just like one tier or whatever lower than black belt, right? So that's cool. And why it kind of looks OP at first glance, but they remember they did update boost. So now instead of getting an icon on your character for boost, I believe that it's what it was previously is when you would use boost, you would keep the icon until you auto attacked something. But now I think they increased the cooldown and they gave you this boost, which is a buff. We'll actually look at boost really quick just so we know what we're talking about. Okay, so it is a spell that it is an ability that does stay active. So yes, so it's not super weak. Let's see how long it stays active really quick. So it looks like recast is 1 minute. And its minimum duration is 5, and then it enhances the power of your next attack, and it wears off when you do your next attack. So they updated it because they increased the recast, but they did some functionality to it that changed how it works. But what that means to me is it's no longer like 10-second recast like it was before. So keep that in mind when you're actually getting this item, because it's only going to give you the regain plus 200 while boost is active, okay? And boost has a 60-second cooldown, and it wears off when you hit something. As far as I understand, it always has done that, and that never got changed. So I could be wrong, but the way I see people using this item as monk is they go out and they get this item, they walk forward after they get Protectra and Shelra in a battlefield content scenario. They walk forward and they draw their weapon, and they stand there and wait for the paladin to be ready and the white mage to be ready, and then they just stand there. Right? But while they're standing there, what we're seeing now is you can use boost, which has a 60-second cooldown, and while boost is active, and you have this sash equipped, you can just stand there with your weapons out with the sash on. You don't even have to have your weapons drawn, I'm pretty sure, but you have this belt on while boost is active, and you get regain plus 20 every 3 or so seconds. You get regain 20 or 200. So what that means is 1,000 is a weapon skill. So that means you only really need 5 ticks, and I believe you can get all 5 of those while this boost is active. Maybe, maybe not, maybe. I'm not sure. Monk mains will know, but my point is that you're going to be able to get a chunk of TP when you first go into the content before you ever engage the boss, and that's pretty cool. And you can reuse boost every 60 seconds and keep going. So that's cool. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty neat item. Could be super OP if we had like a better boost effect from back in the day. I don't know, maybe. Who knows? So we have Imbla Sash and Odlum Sash here as well. Imbla Sash looks like a fast cast macro piece, enhancing magic duration up, so that's really good for, say, Scholar. Scholar needs this. I'm going to grab this for Scholar for sure. Sublimation 3, that I overlooked that. That's fucking insane. But I will say this, after the recent update to Scholar Sublimation job ability, I've noticed that even though gear does still increase how much you get back big chunks now than you did, more so now than you did before anyway. So this is only a win more card, basically. You're already pretty OP when it comes to Sublimation after the update to Sublimation. So this just makes Sublimation even more broken. Like, I always use Sublimation and cap myself out. If I'm not, I have so many other ways to get mana. Mana's not an issue on Scholar, guys, just so you know. So Sublimation 3 is fantastic, and I'm gonna get it, but more so for the enhancing magic duration than anything else. A Dumbla Sash, defense 18, interesting for interesting jobs. Monk is on here, Ninja's on here. That's cool, and Rune. So basically anyone who can tank. And so it's physical -4, so you've got items like that in that slot already, but high defense. Spell Interruption 10. So that's like a hybrid. What is that sash that I'm always using on that slot for those jobs? I can't remember the name of it. Let me pull it up really quick. Flume belt. It's a hybrid flume belt, basically. And flume belt is a pretty interesting item as well. But that item replaces it, pretty much. Not for all jobs, but for those particular jobs. Monk is not even on Flume Belt. That's interesting. I mean, they have a pretty good belt slot anyway for damage taken anyway, for with like Moonbeam. And I think Black Belt as well has damage minus on it. But yeah, so before you only had 15 defense and 4 damage taken physical only. And no spell interruption, right? You got a little mana off of getting hit in the face, but other than that, that was what you had. So now you have this, and what this means to me is you can blink into this when you're doing like Utsusemi or curing yourself or something. You could blink into this, otherwise you could just use this. If you're casting a lot, this is going to be a good item for you. So anyone that subs Ninja is going to really like this for their Utsusemi set. I think that's pretty much what it's designed to be, since you have Whitful Belt, but I'm pretty sure that's not all jobs, right? Whitful? I don't think that's all jobs. Yeah, so you never had Whitful Belt in that slot for those jobs, so you never had the fast cast and the occasional quickens spell casting at all. Like, sucks to suck, but that's just what you didn't have before. But now you have a Dumbless Ash, so that's pretty cool. And I think that's all the items they added. I'm not sure what Worm Ash is. Okay, it looks like this is used in a synthesis. So what do we have here? Worm Ash. You get it for 1,200, and it's used in 4 new recipes: Bonecraft, Goldsmith, Leathercraft, and Clothcraft. I see no smithing, and I'm a smith, so I'm kind of disappointed that I don't get a new recipe. But let's see what all this is about. So we have an auction house purchasable item, Orgulmir Orb, and it's going to be mostly medium level players, like medium level armor players, but Paladin is on here as well. So there's quite a few jobs that can equip it, I guess I should say. And it's Sword TP ammo and attack ammo. It's not that exciting, honestly, but I think that there is a +1. So let's see what you get on the +1. +1. Okay, here we go. Okay, so just a little bit more across the board. Alright, so I'm not that impressed with that item. Fine, whatever. Let's see about the Girder Belt. Let's just look at the +1. Dex Agility, Sword TP, Dual Wield? What? On the same piece? What? Oh my god, that's broken. That is really good. That is very good. Girder Belt +1 is super good. Okay, so they got some love. They got some love. Oh my god, that is a lot of buffs in one slot for a belt. Jesus, Leathercraft got some love. I will say that much. I'm gonna go pick up a Girder Belt right fucking now before I see the price jump. That is insane. That is insane, guys. We'll talk about how insane that is in just a moment. Okay, if it's in your right ear, you get quadruple attack 1. Okay. 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 You got it, man. You got it. Okay, so they did this so you can't dual wield them, I bet. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Alright, okay. I thought they were being funny, but there's a purpose. There's a method to their madness. They don't want you to just get both of them since it's not rare EX and have both of those effects. Okay. Alright, fine. That's funny though, like, imagine just not knowing about this item and just seeing the one and you're just like, what the fuck, right here only? What is this shit? And you don't even think about it. They could be dual wielding these. You could get 2 of these. They're not rare. You could just get 2 of these. And like, but you don't get the quad +2. That's the only thing. Okay, Evasion 10's really cool in an earring slot though, I will say that. So that item has something going for it. It's not as exciting. It's definitely not as exciting, guys. Let's go back and look at the last one. Scrymer Cord! Okay, high quality version of Scrymer Cord. What we got going on here? It's a belt. Alright, magic accuracy 7, magic attack 7, magic damage +35. Okay, so this is replacing Ash and Stone for weapon skills of the magic attack variant. So if it's a magic attack weapon skill and it deals magic damage of whatever arbitrary element it is, happens to be, this is going to help that item out. I don't think it affects breath attacks like Atonement, because magic attack doesn't maybe only weapon skill damage plus affects Atonement. That's neither here nor there. Atonement doesn't do much damage anyway. Mine can do 20-25. I'm just saying. 20-25 is a good number for Atonement. I have never been able to do higher. So if I can do higher with this on, then there you go. But I'm pretty confident that that magic damage is not going to help at all. But that will help my Thief with things like Aeolian Edge. That's going to be like the best Aeolian Edge belt, for instance. And it might even be the best, I think it is going to be the best Lead and Salute belt as well. So there you go, guys. All jobs. Super good magic weapon skills. If you need magic damage for magic weapon skills, because this is going to give you better accuracy on the magic weapon skill, it's going to give you better attack on the magic weapon skill, and it's going to tack on bonus damage to the magic damage weapon skill that you use. So that's really good. So we've got two things so far that I think I just need to snap buy off of the auction house if I can afford it, and I'm pretty broke right now because I've been handing out Gil like it's candy to random players because it's Christmas. So yeah, I'm pretty broke, but hopefully I can get the Girder Belt and the Skirmer Cord off of auction house really quick. That would be really good. So yeah, Leathercraft and Clothcraft got a lot of love in this last patch. That was also unexpected. I did not expect that at all. So yeah, that's cool. Let's go ahead and see if Auction House has any of them for sale, and if they're less than, say, 100 million gil, because I don't have even anywhere close to that, but I don't want to spend much more than like 10 on something like this if I can help it. I do know that the price is probably jumping, though. I'm pretty confident that it will jump. So let's go over there really quick and see what we got going on. So these are two belts. Two really good belts, in my opinion. Well, let's see if they're even on the auction house yet. They should. This is Azura. We should have them up. This update's been out for a day now. Okay. Not seeing it so far. Okay, this is all low-level stuff. Okay, let's sort by level. Let's make sure that it's all sorted. It is sorted. Okay, so it's a Skirmer Cord, which is a belt, and a Girder Belt, which is also a belt. So those are the names, and I don't see it, guys. I don't see these out. Interesting. So there's none for sale yet. That's what that means. Okay. So what does that mean? Okay, so what that means is the only way to get these items is to actually go do the content and get the materials to craft them, because they are craftable, right? So if I wanted to get a Girder Belt and a Skirmer Cord, like sometime in the very near future, before the price is actually ever posted on the auction house, if I want to get like one of the first made, crafted ones of these belts, then I'm going to have to farm these items. And Orichalcum chain should be easy to get. The Falpy Leather should be easy to get. The Worm Ash is going to be 1,200 points. 1,200 domain invasion points. Now, I don't know exactly how long that's going to take for you to get, but it's 1,200 domain points. I think you get 10 per minute or something similar to that. 10, okay, you get 10 per domain invasion. Then they're modified based on what you do inside of the domain invasion. Okay. So what that means is it's going to take you several days, probably. Realistically speaking, it's going to take you several days to get 1,200 points to actually get the Worm Ash, okay? Now, the Worm Ash probably can be put on auction house, maybe. I'm not sure. It doesn't say anything here, but yeah, maybe. Maybe you can put it on auction house. I'm not seeing it, though. Let's go to Azura and say Worm Ash. Now, if you see this on auction house, you have to buy it, Worm Ash, or in someone's bazaar. You have to buy it, right? That's going to make you so much money. It's going to make you so much money. Guys, listen, those two belts are so OP. So that Worm Ash is the key item that you need to well, the key ingredient. I shouldn't say the key item. That could be taken the wrong way. It is the key ingredient that you need in this synthesis that is not easy to get. not as easy to get, and it's going to allow you probably to get a really nice HQ belt, especially if you have your escutcheon shield done already for leathercraft or for clothcraft, because those are the two that are going to be really OP. I'm sure all four of them are going to be loads of money to buy, but in my opinion, the best two are the two belts, for the reasons we explained already. This is going to be so nuts for magic weapon skill damage, and this girder belt's going to be so nuts for melee damage. So Thief just got like a hidden OP buff, honestly, because having this belt high quality in this slot is going to allow you to get to 1000 TP really fast for all of those jobs. That's what its purpose is. Its purpose is to get you a fuck ton of TP really fast, okay? After you have that, because you're stacking store TP and dual wield in the same slot. That's nuts! Those are both the two things you really need, beyond other than haste, to actually get a fuck ton of TP and accuracy. So you got what you need to get the 1000 TP in this one slot for all those jobs. Like, this item is nuts. It's gonna be 100 mil, dude. Maybe less, maybe 50 mil, but that's the ballpark for this item, in my opinion. I think 100 mil is not unrealistic for this. For the high quality one, for sure. And then when you want to fire off your magic weapon skill, like if you're playing core, which I believe Girder Belt you can equip on core. Yeah, you can. So core got a hidden OP buff. All these jobs are getting hidden OP buffs, because this is all jobs on the magic weapon skill piece, right? So you could throw away your Eshin Stone at this point, I think. Maybe. Don't do that yet. Let's do some more math at some point. Not today. One day, we'll do some more math. So that's really cool. So the update gave us a lot of really spicy items for Christmas. So I'm very excited. I was hoping that we would actually get some +2 and +3 Empyrean pieces. Like, for instance, I have Skulker's Culottes +1, for instance, the Skulker set for Thief. You don't have a +2 and 3 of that yet, because it's an Empyrean set. The Empyrean 2 and 3s haven't come out yet. They don't exist. I was hoping we would get that this year, since we got Relic last year, and the year before we got Artifact. So, or it might have been a couple years before, but whatever, we had the two sets. So I was hoping for this year, around this time, during this update in particular, actually, we would get +2 Skulkers, or whatever, Empyrean, and +3. So that would have been really cool. But they're holding off on that, but they did give us something that I think is good enough to hold us over for when they can decide what they want to do with those other JSEs, which is, I think, what is on their agenda for 2020. If I had to guess, that's probably what they're thinking about doing still, and they just haven't come out with a really good way to go through and do it yet. So that's whatever. So one other thing I wanted to do before I ended was kind of show you the particular jobs that got the update this patch, which was Paladin and Dark Knight, other than obviously all the gear for all the other jobs. But Paladin and Dark Knight got a little bit of new functionality in combat. Like, Dark Knight's Scythe is much stronger, and I'm not sure how much stronger, but it's apparently stronger. And Paladin has a new job ability, which is pretty OP, like super OP. So I guess I'll try to go out and show what that is. But because I was having trouble earlier with this, let's just go out here and demonstrate really quick. I think this video is getting quite long, so I don't have much time to go out and show you a campaign battle or a domain invasion where I have tons of other player characters or non-playable allied characters in my general area of effect, and I just use the spell and bust everything in the game. But yeah, so what we'll do instead is we'll just do a really quick demonstration out here. So just imagine, if you will, that you're doing a campaign battle for like a new medal in Wings of the Goddess for whatever reason, and there's maybe 50 allied units nearby that are getting ready to just clash into a bunch of monsters, and they need some cures, and you're there. Before, you had to target them individually and cure them if you wanted to play Paladin or something like that. But now, you can do something like this, where you just use Majesty, which is the new job ability for Paladin. Ta-da! Majesty lasts for 3 minutes, and it has a 1-minute cooldown, so you can just use it again every 60 seconds. So you always have Majesty. That's what that means. It also +1s to your buffs on top of the screen, which means you actually just got a little bit better on your sword, on your Ambuscade sword. Because it says main hand Savage Blade, weapon skill damage, attack based on number of upgrades. So that's what that means. So that's cool, but that's just a side note. You can cure for everyone now. everyone gets Cure 4'd for 80 MP, 88 MP. So if you stack Conserve MP, it's even less than that. So now I can cure everyone in my party back to back to back to back without doing a session or anything like that. I could just cure everyone all the time. Everybody gets cures. So imagine if I'm in Domain Invasion and I'm like 1 in 100 people. Everyone's going to get my Cure 4. Nobody takes my hate anymore, like at all. Like the moment someone takes hate, I Cure 4 with Majesty up. And now I get hate back. Like that's what happens from this point forward. Like, especially if you have Enmity macroed into your Cure 4 spell. Yeah, that's nuts. So you could just spam that and not really tap out on mana like you're a white mage now. How you doing? Look, I'm going to hit somebody else and still everyone gets cured. So I could target the white mages in the back row and then cure them all, and they're just going to all get cured, and I could just continue tanking. That is cool as fuck. That is really cool. I'm very excited about that. And meanwhile, while I'm tanking, I have the gear that says occasionally, converts damage to magic. So I'm not going to tap out on MP. I'm just not. Taru Paladin doesn't tap out on MP. Newsflash. How you doing? So you can do things that are crazy now. Like you can actually, that changes the game for Paladin. It really does. So now you can just focus more on keeping your party alive and not really doing anything beyond that other than Cure 4 to keep hate locked. That you use Cure 4 to keep hate locked. You could go Light Arts with Scholar Sub, and you could go Accession, and you have 2 charges, 2 silver bullets, 2 accessions, and you could go Accession Phalanx, and you hit everyone with Phalanx. And you could always do this, obviously, but now, I mean, look what you're doing. You're hitting everyone with AoE buffs, and you have your Majesty up, so you could just hit everyone with Cure 4 when they need it, and they all have Phalanx now. So you just saved Korumoru a lot of mana. You just saved a lot of people a lot of mana, and you're still saving them a lot of mana, and no one's taking hate off of you. Like, wow. And now your trusts are not dying because they have so much more power. So on top of, if you go to Domain Invasion and you do this, oh my god, with the gear that just came out with the domain points, like the gear that says Trust level +1, like you're giving them all Phalanx and Stone Skin and maybe AoE Blink, maybe something like that. You don't get haste, you can't do AoE haste, that's whatever. It's too bad. But you can do some stuff. I'm pretty sure that if I cast Enlight 2 on myself with an Accession, that I get everyone with Enlight 2. So we'll wait for the charge, I think. How long we got? 40 seconds? That's not too bad. And see if I can hit everyone. But I'm pretty sure they won't get Reprisal if I hit them all with... I'm not sure which all spells Paladin has that are unique to Paladin. That Scholar Sub actually breaks in half. But I do know Phalanx is one of them, for sure. And who doesn't want Stone Skin ever anyway, right? Especially if you have gear for Stone Skin. Like, there's gear that exists for Stone Skin. I think I have a Nodens Gorget. It's not equipable on Paladin, but there is another piece in this slot called Stone Gorget, and I have it! So there you go. I did get this specifically for that reason. So my Stone Skin is a little bit better on jobs that can't equip Nodens. Right? So you've got Stone Skin gear, guys. You've got Seagull Sash. You're good. You can make a really strong Stone Skin spell, and you sub-scholar, and now you have Stone Skin. That's pretty OP. You've got plenty of gear that boosts Phalanx as well, like the Yorium set. I don't have any on me, but you can get the Yorium set, the purple gear, and you and augment it with Phalanx plus, and I think it goes up to 5 on each piece. Pretty nuts, and you could really make the Yorium set shine. I think there's 2 or 3 Yorium pieces, and the rest are JSEs, and that's how you would pimp out Phalanx set in general. But I don't even bother with that. I've never had the need to. And now we're just getting even stronger, so I might still not have the need to. But let's try in Light 2, and let's see if I can hit everyone with that. Let's see what happens. Okay, only 1 target. Okay, what else can I do that maybe everyone... I know everyone gets Aqua Veil and Regen, so let's try a different one. I bet I can burn my charge with Cure 4. I bet I can go Accession, Cure 4, and waste Accession while Majesty's up. Let's try Reprisal really quick. See what happens. I'm going to throw Majesty back up. Okay, Reprisal doesn't hit everyone either, so just for science, just let's test. I know Accession, Cure 4, burns the Accession charge. I also know I have Majesty on. What happens? Do I lose Accession? I lose Accession, that's what I thought. They didn't bother to fix that little issue. So that's one thing you got to be careful if you're playing Sub Scholar on Paladin now, because you'll burn Accession with the Cure 4 spell. So that's, I guess that is intended in the game, but that is an oversight on their part. When they added Majesty, they didn't think about how Accession would interact with it, I guess. So that's that. So that's the video. So we've been going on and on about the update, and it's getting quite long, so I need to end it here, guys. But that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of cool shit. So I guess from this point forward, what we really need to focus forward, moving into 2020, is really hitting Domain Invasion hard and getting domain points for the rest of the month. Because the faster you get domain points, the more ashes that you're going to get, the more worm ashes that you're going to get, and the more worm ashes that you have, the more money you're going to get. If you're trying to make money in 2020, the takeaway from this video is farm domain points, get worm ashes, and rock out with your cock out, boys and girls, I guess. Sorry. Forgive me. I love you guys. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.